It's Rowan. So, I am, oh, I should turn off that lamp. Ah! Sorry, it's dark! So, last month, my most viewed, there we go, my most viewed video was the little, grocery haul from the food pantry, and though I really did intend to clean my fridge last night, or at least, this afternoon, before I left, and I really should go 5 minutes ago, but I did not do that, so I was going to show off my clean fridge, but that didn't happen, so I figured I'd do another one, because it's 4 weeks later, and it's every 4 weeks, and, I don't know if you're somebody who came here from who found me last month and are now watching this one, or if you found me through the same kinds of searches you did, that people did to find last month's video, but I'm Rowan, I'm an aging goth pushing 40, and I speak with a mid-Atlantic accent in my videos, though about half the time off the video, I just have my more typical, East Midwestern accent. I swear to God, cat. I have 3 Meow Meow kitty cats. You can find a video about them, and look you. I collect antique furniture, and I am physically disabled. I live with chronic pain and borderline low vision, which is kind of a spectrum of visual impairment. And I'm kind of on the borderline, like before it would be medically defined as low vision, but chronic pain's a big one. So my primary income is Social Security Disability, and on the good side with this whole monumentally, quit that. So with this, this landmark historic government shutdown, on the good side there's a federal law that says, those who, are paid Social Security income, must receive income even during a shutdown. So, unfortunately, federal monies go toward food stamp programs to most, if not all, states, and I just got, like, my double dose for January and February just about a week ago, and so I'm not getting February, but hopefully shit will be up and running in time for March. But regardless, I go to this little food pantry at this church around the corner and down the block from me. It's a Catholic church. I'm not Catholic, but, you know, anybody's welcome, and I should leave 5 minutes ago. But yeah, this helps me spread out my food budget a little bit. I'm also really excited when they get bread that I can eat, because I'm allergic to soy, and it's pretty much, I've got a video about why I'm not vegan, because of combination of soy allergy and income, and soy is probably the least intuitive food allergy to manage, because at least in American food products, they will put it in damn near anything just to cheapen the manufacturing process. So lovely. Yeah, I'm lucky when I can find a loaf of bread for under $5, even at Kroger, and, you know, like, one of the few places I can consistently find bread that I can eat is Whole Foods, where it's, you know, $4 or $5 a loaf for their cheaper ones. But okay, as with last month's video, to maintain the privacy of other people who go, I'm going to not be filming. In fact, I'm going to be reading while I'm waiting for them to call us back, and you will see me when I get home. I came home with... Now let's unbox it. Hey, I'm home, and I'm playing Creedence Clearwater Revival because CCR was going through my head the whole time I was there, and I don't think they were playing Creedence Clearwater. So, at top, I've got my junk mail, because that's all that comes here, because I have a P.O. box because people in this part of Ypsilanti steal mail. Like there are people who put up, you know, like little surveillance cameras on their porches, you know, just in this downtown Ypsi area, and they would see. And, you know, before you say anything racist, most of the people caught on the Ypsilanti area discussion forum on Facebook, most of the kids caught doing this shit are little white hipster students, so first I've got, okay, ingredients: coconut sugar, egg white, wheat flour, milk, vanilla extract, baking powder, salt, allergy warning, produced in a facility that uses milk, egg whites, almond meat. Oh my gosh. Soy-free coconut macaroons. These are macaroons. The little sandwich cookie things are macarons. So yes, I've got cookies I can eat. And I was looking at these at the store last night, and these are cookies I cannot eat because they are coated in chocolate, and they went and used the cheap soy emulsifier. I need to start a bag for my friend. I will start it in that stock pot that I use for dyeing clothes. And we have pre-ground coffee, which, let's see, coffee tastes best when ground just before brewing. Wait, is this bean? Oh my gosh, it's whole bean! I was thinking I'd have to go to, Trader Joe's this week for more coffee. Now we've got rice. I'm seriously never going to have to buy, especially white rice, so sometimes we get brown. So I'm never going to have to buy, you know, white rice, and, you know, for the rest of my natural life, and I'm going to have to buy very little brown rice for the rest of my natural life. And I know from before I cannot have this, yep, textured soy flour, so this is not for me, but this, we've got some beef stew kind of stuff, so this is going in the bag for my friend, which I'm starting in a stock pot that I use to dye my jeans. And, okay, this is a hamburger helper I can eat, and I just got a thing of ground beef on, what's that thing called? The little clearance yellow tags at Kroger last night. And we've got dry beans. Are these pinto beans? The ingredients, pinto beans, yes. And this is not a great macaroni and cheese, but I've had it before. It's okay. It's not a great macaroni and cheese, but it'll suffice, especially if you use good butter. Sometimes I throw a little sour cream in that to help. And, okay. We've got vegetable oil, including rapeseed, cottonseed, and soybean. You know, I've still got 4 jars of peanut butter that do not have soybean oil. And even though soybean oil, it's one of those things where, like, if it's refined in a certain way, it won't have the protein associated with the allergy in it. And this is not marked as having soy in it, so it might be properly refined, but I have 4 jars of this already. And so I'm going to give this one to my friend who is, last I knew, she was still between jobs. And I'm going to have myself a Coca-Cola. I got this at the grocery store last night. Georgia Peach. We've got canned beans. Yep, black beans. Oh, I know from before, I cannot have these soups, so these are going to the friend of mine who probably needs them, just to make sure. I've got 2, yep, contains soy. So I've got 2 jars of these that I'm giving away to a friend of mine who could use them. Ooh, I've got more potatoes, pre-cooked and canned. And applesauce, and a tomato-based, cheap-ass, low-sodium pasta sauce. And all the elbow macaroni in the world. Oh my god. I still got all of this that I just opened. But this was the only one I had. So something I got a couple of weeks ago at Kroger, actually a little more than that. At Kroger, they have this mac and cheese sauce, and all you have to do is like, so you want to boil half cup of the elbow macaroni, you know, just by yourself. And you got to use these within 2 weeks. you know, before they turn on you. But this is like up to 6 servings. All you really need is like half a cup of the dry macaroni, boil that, you know, with a little bit of salt, and then you add a quarter cup of this, and there's 6 servings, and like, so like this plus, okay, they say there's 8 servings in here. So, like, I've got macaroni and cheese, 6 servings of, like, fancy-ass macaroni and cheese, because we've got truffle and aged cheddar, cheese sauce, and we got another one. Actually, I got one of each. So this is roast poblano and aged cheddar, and then there's another one which is like onion and Gruyere, and that's in the fridge. And then there's a cheddar and aged cheddar and bacon, and that's also in the fridge. So this was on sale, and then I had a coupon which I loaded to my card, so that was another 50 cents off. It worked out being something like $2.50, and then you've got this, and like these together, it's like $2.50 for decent macaroni and cheese. And yes, those are on the floor. They've been on the floor for a while. We've got milk for doing the hamburger helper and the cheap-ass mac and cheese. And we've got cut green beans. And, ooh, mixed fruit and light syrup. I prefer it in juice, but light syrup is better than heavy syrup. Especially I'm trying to drop like 3-4 stone. I've dropped 5 pounds, so not a whole stone yet. I still got 2 pounds to go for half a stone. And you got whole kernel corn. Okay, and here's the bag that I'm going to start for my friend. And can I have this bread? That's, let's see, Zingerman's day-old challah. Okay, flour, water, egg yolks, clover honey, corn oil, sesame, or poppy seeds, sea salt, and I can have bread! I can have good bread. Oh, this is a nice bread. 2 bags of 2 largish, yeah, these would be large yellow onions. I don't know if they're Vidalia or regular yellow onions, but we got decent onions. And I've got this big-ass bag of blueberries. These are frozen. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, but they're... okay, they're still mostly frozen. I can put them in the freezer. I'll have to make room in the freezer, but they can go in the freezer after I'm done with the rest of this. Okay, then we've got another bag of random produce, and it looks like I've got some beets. I'm not gonna, because this is like tied, and otherwise it would just like, if I ripped it open, it would just go everywhere. So we've got beets, we've got some carrots, we've got some apples. Oh! I think those are Danjo. I prefer Bosc pears. No, these are Bosc. These are Bosc. I love Bosc pears. And we've got another bag with stuff. There's something little and round. Oh, it's grapes. Pretty sure it's grapes. Okay, so we've got some decent enough produce here. I can do lovely, lovely things with that as long as I unbag it and put it away. And we've got more of the same in here, except, no, we've got just as many beets. Okay. I can do a lot of lovely things with those. And I could probably put up recipes on my WordPress blog, if anybody wants to check that out. Right now I'm just putting up, like, stuff that I'm writing stream of consciousness. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on up there, but I've got a couple other blogs in kind of, like, archive mode. Like my old Thespiae blog when my paganism was still predominantly Hellenic. But now it's going off and doing something else, my religious practices, so... Ooh! Beef round roasts. It's plural. So there's more than one in here. Okay, well this is frozen solid, but something I can put in the pressure cooker. More pork chops. I've got enough pork chops to last the rest of my nap. I still have the 8 pork chops I got last month. And they're not even out of the freezer yet. So, this here is a cue that I should stop buying meat for a while. Like, even if it's on the manager's clearance. Even if I've got rebates, and this can go in the recycling. And, holy shit. 18 to 22 slices per pound. And this is 3 pounds of bacon. 3 fucking pounds of bacon. What the hell am I going to do with this? I can make soup? Make split pea soup? Oh! I found my box cutter. Can it open? The counter here is warped. Just enough that the top drawer is a pain in the ass to open up right now. So, antique box cutter. This was from Cigars. Yeah, San Feliz Cigars. Is that readable? I can't read it, but I'm also looking at the screen, and I'm borderline low vision, so, ooh. El Havana Cigars, it looks like. So yeah, this is antique box cutter, basically, like this, and you want to get a, you want to feather it so that it's a little bit sharper. I haven't feathered it in a while. It's not going to be razor sharp when you feather. It's not even going to be knife sharp, but it's going to be sharp enough to open up your boxes with minimal issue to your fingers. At least it breaks through tape. That's all I really care about. And yes, this is an antique, so let's see, this side opens cans. You know, I can demonstrate, once I get my kitchen cleaned, I'm going to do a, when I get my kitchen cleaned up, which will happen before the end of February, that is definitely true, I'm going to do a little demonstration and, I don't know, a little introduction thing with all of my working antique appliances, including gadgets like this. So yeah, like, trust me, this end is a can opener, and I do use it as a can opener. I don't use one of the wheel, blade ones. And I've noticed using the antique one, it's actually been a lot better on my carpal tunnel syndrome. At least it goes through the motions where you're doing basically the same exercises that are on the printout that my doctor gave me. And I've noticed that's the same thing with crochet, with the rosary bead chaining that I do, with my jewelry that I make, which I haven't made in a while, and I should, but, so this, crochet, rosary, bead chaining, chain beading, whatever you call it, and, what's that other thing? Oh, darning socks, and also hand sewing, but darning socks, it's a little bit more, like, you're moving it, the needle a lot more ways, you know, whereas with sewing, you're just mostly doing just the one gesture. I've noticed these actually like work out to doing a lot of the carpal tunnel syndrome exercises that my doctor gave me on a printout, but I don't do those because I feel like I'm not doing anything, just sitting there in the chair working my wrists and all that. I have to be doing something. Like even if I only use the can opener once a day, that's a good 5-ish minutes. Well, yeah, and yeah, it takes longer than shit, but you know, at least for me, I mean, maybe for you, if you've got carpal tunnel, it, you know, that actually, like, inflames the nerves a lot more. But for me, it helps, and it's basically the same exercises. Again, everybody's, you know, manifests their disability and ways to help out and manage it in different ways. This is how I manage mine. It might help for you, it might not. Maybe something else will help for you. I love antique appliances so much. And for some reason, we've got some stuff that's in a box, and I'm not going to pull up the box because there's no need to. It's a box. I just opened it. What's important is what's inside, which includes fettuccine from Meijer. And if for some reason you're unfamiliar with fettuccine, just like think spaghetti, only instead of sticks, ribbons. We have another big-ass bag. This is an even bigger-ass bag of white rice. I barely eat white rice. But I guess I'm going to be eating quite a bit of it. Okay, we've got instant oatmeal. Which ones can I have? Can I have any of them? I barely eat cereal, so I'm torn. Do I want to keep this, or do I want to, excuse me, give some to my friend, or do I want to go half and half? Just to make room, I'm going to put this here in the bag that I've started for my friend, which the kitty is playing with. I keep wanting to call him a kitten, but he's going to be 2 years old in April. How'd you get to be 2? I don't know, just passing the time, I guess. You'd go be 2. And we've got a big-ass box of Cheerios, and like I said, I barely eat cereal, so I think I've still got another box of Cheerios in here somewhere, so that's definitely going to my friend. Okay, and here's the last of the box. And, oh, we've got Progresso roast chicken noodle, ready to serve. Yep, contains soy. And we've got white chicken that I can have. If you did not see last month's video, there's a lot of canned meats. The tuna is usually the bigger one. And they say packed in water, but it's actually packed in a broth so that the flavor doesn't dissipate so much. And this is tuna. And light tuna, water, vegetable broth. Yeah, see, vegetable broth and salt. And the broth, can we read that? No? Hold on, if I did this, is that legible? I don't know. Trust me when I say the label says tuna and soy, because it's not like water, it's a vegetable broth. And so when I get these, I don't give them away, you know, when they have soy in them. I use them as cat foods, because, you know, soy is not a grain, it's a legume, so Phoebe can have it. And, you know, small amounts of soy, it's not harmful to cats. Yes, it's better that cats get their protein and taurine from meat. Dogs can kind of sort of manage on a vegetarian diet, though not strict vegan. There's a video from Unnatural Vegan. I love her. She's like my favorite vegan on YouTube. And she did this video on like why cats are terrible pets, though she only explains why they're terrible pets for vegans and Americans, because, you know, well, I mean, when you let cats go feral, they're an invasive species to North America. Like, cats are directly responsible for the extinction of a few native bird populations in the U.S. and in Australia. In Europe, in most of Asia, in Northern Africa, just let the cats run wild. You know, they're native to that area, and areas of those continents where they're not native, they've naturalized to the environment for centuries, whereas North America, Australia, we don't have native small cat. I mean, you know, we did have some native big cats in North America, especially, but we do still have mountain lions. Did we put anything in the kidney beans? Prepared kidney beans, water, sugar, salt, calcium chloride, firming agent. Why do I need my beans firmer? Disodium EDTA to promote color retention. Okay, so I can have all of these, and since it is, since there are a lot of things that I have not eaten in a while, just kind of taking over my pantry area, I'm going to go through that, just like I did last month after I shut off the video, and figure out what I can give away to my friend who's between jobs. At least she still is, last I knew. And, you know, figure out what I'm going to definitely keep and use, or at least what I'm most likely to keep and use anyway. So yeah, that's it. That's everything from this month. Like I said, last month it was a really small thing that they were giving out, small amounts that it was a smaller amount than usual that they give out. This is a little bit more than usual. This is a little bit more than usual because Food Gatherers was out there this month, and they were doing some kind of survey, and I think they were just dropping off extra things, too. So this is a little bit more than usual. Usually there's only one of the big giant bags of produce, and maybe a couple other smaller things, but yeah, like, think maybe, a usual is around 15 to 20% less than I brought home this month, but definitely more than I brought home last month. So, again, if you're in the Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area, every Thursday, doors at 6:30, though a lot of people queue up beforehand, just to, you know, get in line, you know, before everybody else. And plus, like, so many people have queued up by 6:30 that then what happens, you know, there's not a guarantee at some point, because they were giving out, you know, like, 2 small things from the table, like I described last month. So you get up in the, you know, in the queue, and you give them your name, and they're like, and they check your ID, you write down your name, and, you know, just, like, make sure you're from the area, and then you go sit down. And then they call you up, and they, you know, check off your name in their other ledger that they've got. I don't know what all that's about, really. So they check you off in the other ledger, and you write down how many are in your household. So with me, that's 1, not counting cats. And, you know, then there's the table behind you, where they say, you know, pick 1 or 2 items. So I got there, and they were telling people to pick 2 items, but then once I got up to the table with the ledger and, you know, with the table behind me with the small items, there was one lady who came up and said to the lady who was taking, you know, the second round of taking names, she was telling the one working with me, and I know this, like, I can't even keep this straight right now, but she said, you know, tell people only one item now. You know, we're running low, we can't do 2 for everybody at this point on. So, and I know that this is not the grain-free stuff, but mixed with maybe some tuna and some grain-free, because I mix their, so I've got 3 cats, and I give them each about half of one of these, so I figured, you know, I would, so my small item this month was a tin of cat food, which I know it's not the grain-free, so Phoebe's going to be a little farty for about a day after she eats from this one, but, yeah, it's better than, you know, running out of cat food. Better to have her a little bit gassy than not feed the cats their wet food for dinner. So, okay, that is it now. I'm going to go, like, properly put everything away, and then it is shit there on the other side of the cart, which is being blocked off by my cooler. Antique cooler, too. So yeah, I've got some bottle returns that hopefully I can take to Whole Foods tonight, because those are ones that go there. If you're not in Michigan, there's, so, like, you get a carbonated beverage, and there's only carbonated beverages in Michigan, whereas in Oregon, I think, but definitely Maine, because I see the ME on these a lot. Okay, I know Maine and Hawaii will do any beverage. You take back the bottle and you get a 5-cent deposit back. In Michigan and Oregon, it's a 10-cent deposit, but I don't know about Oregon, but I do know in Michigan, it is carbonated beverages only, not counting ciders, not counting hard ciders. Like, you can't bring in your hard ciders, even though it is technically carbonated. It falls under some other category, even though it's alcoholic. So, so yeah, and, so yeah, I've got a bunch of, you know, the soda bottles. Actually, with me, it's mostly, that sparkling water at this point. Actually, no, this is a soda. But I've got some ones that only go to Whole Foods, so hopefully I can get on the bus that leaves at 9:30. Oh god, it's almost 8 now. So hopefully I can get on the bus that leaves at 9:30 and go take those back. I mean, yeah, it's only a little over $1, but it'll be cash. And I brought back $7 in bottle returns yesterday to the Kroger on Carpenter. And actually, most of those, I want to say a good $5 of that, I've got at the recycling station drop-off, just on top of their, you know, assorted cans, just their assorted beverage cans thing. They've got a big bin that's like only beverage cans. So I just go through looking for them, and behold, I found like $5 worth of them over there. So yeah, this is what people in poverty do. But yeah, I gotta put everything away. My blueberries are thawing. I don't want them to turn into mush. So, that's it for, this month from the, the food pantry at the church. Here, have your box. There we go. He's gonna go play with his box now. Of course, and he knocks over his synthesizer. So yeah, and, I'm gonna go put these things away. Hopefully make the 9:30 bus. If not, Alright, take care, sweethearts, and I love you all so very much. And if you liked this, like this. If you want to see more bullshit like this, feel free to subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit the notifications so that you definitely get some kind of update in your queue at the very least that I made a new video. And all that happy horse shit. Alright, bye-bye, take care, love you. Bats and kisses, that's what else I forgot.